So I am just finished Broken Souls and Bones, and this was 5 stars for me. I can't wait to read book 2. But because I immersive read this, which was chef's kiss, okay? The narrators were great in this. I want to immersive read the second book, and the audiobook for the second book isn't out yet. So I'm going to wait for book 2, which I kind of like. I know a lot of people want that instant gratification, but for me, I get excited to have to wait for a book. I mean, not too long, but I get excited to wait for a book because it gives me time to think about, oh, is this going to happen? What about this? Remember when they said this? And you just kind of, I like that. I like a little bit of wait. The anticipation is kind of, worth it. You know what I mean? Instead of just overly binge something and then you end up getting like a book hangover or, a book slump. So, yeah. I like the anticipation. This is so good. Highly recommend. 5 stars for me. Okay. I am currently reading Bloody Black. I am on what chapter am I on? Chapter 6. On chapter 6. Okay. Now I know chapter 6 I was told that there's a serious trigger warnings. And when I say like SA, it's on page. And if you can't handle it, they say skip chapter 6. And I just hit chapter 6. I'm going to read it. But with that being said, for those that can't, Bloody Black, let me read a little bit. Okay. Because so far, okay, let me just give you what I read so far. There's this girl, okay? She's going to be forced to marry unless she can beat 100 men in a duel. And if she beats these 100 men, then she can choose her own husband, okay? Well, the very end, she chooses this guy, right? He looks like he can't do anything. Well, she was mistaken, okay? So when he ends up letting her win, and she ends up falling for this guy, and then she ends up choosing him, which she didn't have to, but she wants to, chooses him as her husband. Then shit goes down. Okay? So now I'm going to read you a little bit of the synopsis. So bear with me, okay? Because I have pictures at the end, okay? Just bear with me. It says, he stole her throne. She comes back to reclaim it. Bloody Black is a romantic dark fantasy retelling of The Pirate of Blackbeard. Perfect for fans of Book of Azrael, A Court of Silver Flame, and Game of Thrones. If that doesn't tell you how gritty this is, I don't know what will, but let me keep going, okay? And bear with me. Like I said, I got pictures at the end, okay? Anne was a reckless, arrogant royal who had never tasted defeat. After a brutal betrayal of her wedding night, and it was a brutal because I just read that. Anne vanishes from the kingdom. She was meant to rule. Years later, she returns from the grave, no longer a princess, but a terror of the seas. Known only as Blackbeard, she's hunting down the men who destroyed her, one by one. But vengeance doesn't come without a cost. Brutal bargains collar her and bind her to a dark promise. She captures Lieutenant Rob Maynor, okay, a too handsome, too calm officer loyal to her enemy. Anne intends to trade him for leverage. Instead, she finds herself locked in a dangerous game of secrets, seduction, where the greatest threat isn't a blade, but the way he looks at her. Okay? Like she's still a woman worth loving, and although she knows better than to believe in anything but pain, Anne must decide if love is worth the risk. You ready? First, I want to show you this again. Bloody Black. There is an audiobook. I'm not the biggest fan of the narrator. I'm not going to lie. I feel like it's a lot of, she reads versus acts to me, in my opinion. I mean, I think she needs a little bit more books under her belt. Not to say she's not a good narrator, but I think, she needs a little bit more passion and acting in her belt. But it's still good as far as the narration goes. The story, so good so far. Okay, now, here's the fan art I have. I can show this. There's a hat there. So let me show you like this. And let me show you like this. Yes, the fan art is fanning. And in the back, what's... Anyways, look. If you haven't started this, or if you have, let me know what you thought. Because like I said, I'm only on chapter 6. But so far, this thing has pulled me in so quickly. I got this off the TT shop. The TikTok shop. Because it just was kept popping up for me. And I was like, okay, this looks like it's good. And I'm really into my pirate era right now. So... I started this, and like I said, it's really, really, really good. I'm not trying to sell you on it or anything as far as like influencing you to read this. Yeah, so far so good, but not to buy it. That's on you if you want to buy it, wherever you want to buy it. But I bought it on, and that's how I got my art. So if you want this art, then I'm assuming you'll have to do it with the TikTok shop. Hold on. When I got this, I let everybody see it, but the ones that haven't, when you do get it from the TikTok shop, it comes with a freaking flag. Are you kidding me? Oh, let's see if I can show you like this. It comes with a flag. It comes with a flag, dude. And it smells freaking good. Still smells good. I still want to know what she put on this. But anyways, I thought I would show you the flag because it was wrapped. The book was wrapped in this flag, and it came signed. Right? Yes, it comes signed, and it's got art inside. Comes signed. Yes. But the trigger warning is serious, so you definitely read the trigger warnings. There's no joke on the trigger warnings. And if you listen to audiobook, it literally says it right on the front. Like, look, this is what you need to skip. If you can't handle it, because yeah. So it's dark. That's what I'm reading right now. So good. Okay, happy reading. I'm sorry. Bloody Black by Rhianna Hargadon. I'm sorry. Happy reading.